How are you, Manuela?
I'm fine. Hi. How are you doing?
Very good. To start, Manuela
Mm-hmm.
is NGO field. She has a background on political science and education. She works with organizations for South Latin America, Africa, and yes, and she has discovered through this intercultural work that she does that nonviolent communication is crucial, and she's going to explain. I have prepared some questions for her tonight, and she can give us some light with examples. Let's make it very practical, Manuel. I want to really understand that from the relationship point of view in organizations, in the house, because now we are locked down. We have been locked down, or we are. There have been more moments of tension, and
Yeah.
the question was, how did you personally get to know the nonviolent communication approach?
Okay. Yeah. First of all, thank you for inviting me. I'm really happy to be here, and yeah, it's a pleasure to work with you always. So yeah, it has been very exciting last weeks, actually, what has happened in our project since you jumped in. So thank you for that. Um, Yes, how did I get to NVC? Actually, I first heard about it about a friend, or I heard several times about it actually, and then this friend from me from FAO, she got really involved, and she made a workshop in Amsterdam, which took her half a year or a year, and she asked me if I would be her guinea pig, if we could practice together, and I was really excited because yeah, when she told me about it, I was like, oh, okay, communication tool, very interesting. So we had these Skype calls, I think only 2 or 3 times, but it really fascinated me how by listening to me, by asking questions, she actually got to a point within me that she always found something I couldn't bring to the point before. And I really noticed that yeah, she moved something inside of me, and this was like the first moment when I really got interested in it. And I always was I was always wondering in conflicts why I don't understand them. So I asked her about it, if it's also, if I can use it for conflict. And she was like, yeah, of course, you will understand them better. You will develop a clearness about it that you, yeah, that helps you understand what is happening in communication actually, and in conflicts in general, in day-to-day life. So I started reading books from Marshall B. Rosenberg, and in 2019, I started to do the first courses, and then I decided also to become a coach, and I'm on the way. Let's say,
yeah. Congratulations to this journey. Yes, we would like to know a little bit, like, if you had to describe the nonviolent communication to someone that has not heard from it, because for me,
yeah.
I've been in this world for a decade, so we've been touching it in all the courses that I've done from different methodologies, so I have an idea. But for the people tonight, we have here a group of people, like, if they don't know anything, how could you, explain what is nonviolent communication, if they don't
Okay.
know anything about it?
Yeah. So first of all, maybe the name itself, nonviolent communication. It's interesting, and some people might fear reproach from it because they say, "Well, I have sometimes angry feelings, but and it's part of my life. How can I not communicate in a violent way?" Or it's hard for them because they feel like if they're not using this, they are bad, or they are not communicating in the right way. So this is actually what nonviolent communication tries not to do. Nonviolent communication, in first instance, it tries to not to assess. We try not to talk about good or bad, or talk in black and white. things are the way they are, and there are always different point of views. And as soon as we start saying something is good or bad, we take sides, and there are different reasons why we do that. So actually, NVC is, I would say, it's a tool. It's a tool to get more clearness about ourselves. It's really about getting to know what is happening inside of us. When we communicate, we do it in a not very conscious way. So we talk, we say things, but most of the time we are not very conscious about what we are saying, what is behind us, what is the feeling we have, what is our underlying needs. And this is actually what NVC is about. It's really focused on our feelings and needs, which is quite difficult because we don't learn it in the society. And from being very small children, we learn that we have to obey, we have to do what our parents tell us, otherwise they are angry. So this is how we enter all these patterns, which are normal. And but there is a way to get out of it, or at least to understand why we react the way we do. Mm-hmm. And so I would say, NVC is a tool. We can use it whenever we want to, whenever we feel like there's something I don't understand in this communication or within myself in the moment, when we have negative feelings. Yeah.
Because now it's a bit theoretical. I would like to know how it works and maybe put an example so that we go concretely to the actual how it's done, Like the concept to me was very clear. Thank you so much. Thank you, Manuela. Very well explained.
Yeah. Well, so basically, I think, I'm just thinking about how to get to it. So, maybe I start talking about the process. So something that is very important about MVC is first your attitude, that we have some basic assumptions. So the first thing is that needs are universal. That means we all have the same needs. So maybe we don't have them at the same time, but maybe let's say, for example, I want to have connection, I want to be with someone, I want to be close to someone, but this person in this moment needs to be alone and calm and needs some peace. So basically, I know the need to be peaceful, and the other one also knows how it feels to feel connected, but we don't have the same need at the same time. So basically, we have to talk about it. Mm-hmm. So this first assumption we have, that all needs are universal, but we don't have them at the same time. Mm-hmm. A second basic assumption is that everyone wants to contribute actually to fulfill our needs when it is requested in a nice way, when we do not claim or expect things. Mm-hmm. So this really shows that I have to have like a good attitude. I have to think of other people. They want to be good. So this is like where we part from when we so that NVC actually you have two ways of using it. Shortly now, the other one more interesting. The first one would be listening. So I would just leave it there. To actively. Yes, it's active listening. It's really asking questions, clarifying, but really be with one. Take everything about, just be with one. It's actually a tool you can look at therapy things. And so this is one part. The other part consists of of your feelings, person actually what you made from home. Yeah, can you see it? Does it
Or you would go set of content and request.
yes, that's it. Yeah. So the first one, the observation one, it was really seeing the situation as it is. Tricky part about it, most people would say, well, it's not really difficult actually to observe. I see something. Most of the time, we are very assessing, like we assess the situation that's happening. And just assessing what is happening, immediately we put an assessment inside. So,
You mean that through filters we design, no? We can really judge before even doing, right?
yeah, that's right. Yeah. So actually, in the third step of the component, I will talk about a little bit how we listen to things. Like we have 4 different possibilities to hear what other people say, or you can also like this is our try it, you know, and it's not that easy. This is the relation with others. The second step would then be feeling. So really what we like with very small so talking I see very positive to always be correct, to show the best out of us, no? Because anyway, our measure. So this is what I said difficult, but and this is people have not very well developed vocabulary for the feelings. So most people know it to say I'm angry or I'm afraid, or but the whole wording of what we feel, how we could feel, most people don't have it. So this is something where we
Right? Because I remember when I studied Greek and Latin, there were like 30 ways to say love. And love was love and love. But now we just use love. But what is passion? Love is there used to be more vocabulary before, and we said love more languages part, and we just the nature that we
yes,
yeah.
actually with our children, one friend of mine is our the parents of the children who teach them to talk about feelings when tired. Oh, hungry food, tired now. So this is how we learn to talk about our feelings. But a lot of people know they don't have to use that because they have time to help us. But
Really, I'm not aware. Really, I'm not aware of emotions and yes. But I did with a case of a client that person recognize they are not aware of they are comfortable in the game, but when you are able to help them meet it's completely it's magic. You are observing this it's a kind of living that is very awesome.
Yeah.
We are now with the observation of the second step, which are the feelings.
Method. Yeah, and also this feeling point, it is so important to learn. Actually, they are still quite connected to their feelings, and they, of course, in our society, they have to learn to reduce that or not to be. I want to say, and I really would say how important it is, and also really in our body, when ourself is talking to us. When we feel bad, when we feel angry, we should take it serious and we should really say, myself wants to tell me something. So, not bad at all. Negative feelings are something what we think in society, or I always have to be happy, I always have to feel good. But it's not this. Feelings, all feelings are, I don't want to know that, but they have to contribute something. They are there to tell us. So of course we prefer all to have happy feelings, but I really want to say it to everyone. Maybe they can start liking more the negative feelings because they want to show them something as well. So this is all for the part. So let's go.
Do you want me to ask them now, or because they are about feelings, they are about the second step? Do you want to wait until you finish the whole process, or shall I answer them now?
I would say let's go through the process maybe, and then maybe we after the process. So I have done the theoretical part. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Maybe it's easier. So the component would be the needs, and we like to also take responsibility for your own feelings. So what is happening? All feelings basically good and bad. Just my need connection has been fulfilled. This what when you feel bad, we don't that. So basically, usually the need is that it hasn't been recognized. The attention it needs. This it comes and so feelings we would like to give them to other people. We want to make other people responsible for their feelings. For example, say, I'm angry because you are not calling me, or I'm angry because you can't. I look for culprits or someone who could be guilty, or it's not my feeling, and I'm not responsible. So what we have to see is seeing that it's our responsibility to feel the feeling, to see what I need, and to say what I need, why I need it. And it's interesting that most of the time people take need us. But it's a very critical point we understand. If you compare it to big buses, so you can like always now red buses everywhere. a button that has during our life, because of our experience of something that happened to us, and it's never what even now I really hard. Something with practice, and what really helps is to get to know our right, because every person has their very sensitive point. So what is very amazing when we start knowing our red button, we are managing to cope with it. Because yeah, really when we start paying attention to our conflicts, we see that we have deep conflicted fields, and we have conflicts in the same areas, and when people say something to us, and we may be much stronger than someone else would react. And this is due to our past, what we have, and this is our reaction. So this is what I would say about the taking responsibility point. And can because make it a bit more understandable. I think it is something that happens a lot of people, that people claim or request that we don't have time for that. So this happens with families, with friendships. So that's making okay, look, you don't have enough time for me, and this is really it's not like I don't have enough time, and the person said is really, you know what, you don't have enough time for me. So my feeling of course is that I get angry well, because why is my friend talking to me that way? I have the time, but what is happening, what do we want? That's a conflict. Now in the need, and what I mentioned in the first component as well, the observation, I forward to react on things someone says to me. So this also prepared something for that. Like, here's to the other side. So basically, my friend tells me that you never call me. What? I get really angry. I'm like, what? Why does she say that? Look at herself. She never calls me. And how can she say that in such a way? She's a bad friend. I shouldn't meet her anymore. So this is the first decision I could take, how to perceive what she's saying. The second one would be the key is inwards. So really I can say, oh, I'm a bad friend. I'm really not taking care of her. So I really should be a better friend. Then I blame myself. I'm a bad person. I could also see it at night. I could say, okay, I really like her. I something to do, but I love her and I can call her within the next day, and yeah, so everything would be fine. But I had a reason because I couldn't call her. I was busy and but I think I did. And love is to be outside her. Well, actually she's telling me that she loves me a lot and that she wants to spend time with me, and that's very important. So 4 ways how you can listen to something people say. So it's really our decision, how we listen to what people say. So this to say, and positive herself. It's not the other one that crying because she's not crying. I always make the last I can do is just so what that means, like, so it's very strong, but it can sound strong, but I think it's really funny if you make an image out of it. Emotional slavery is actually when we are responsible for other people's feelings. And this is part of the process of NDC. We stop taking responsibility for others. Everyone is responsible for their own feelings. Like, we all want to contribute. I want everyone to love around me, to be to and I would do everything to contribute to that other people feel good. But it's a difference. The I'm responsible for it, or it's me. So basically, the first part of the process is emotional slavery. When, for example, my boyfriend tells me, you know what, I'm sad because you're not here. So I feel like, oh my God, I'm not the girl I have to be there. They get conscious, they get very bad. Someone would not here with me. I'm not responsible. I'm responsible for my own feelings, so leave me alone, do your things. So this is when really when conflicts come up, because it's difficult. Like, I want to protect myself, I want to take responsibility for my feelings. The other one is still claiming I have to take responsibility. So there are the rest of shame, of guilt, and of fear inside. I really go the last step can be liberation, and this is really when I can cope with it, when I can say, listen, I hear that you're sad because I'm not there, but it's not my responsibility to be there, and I want to see my friends, and I really needed to see my friend. Maybe we can find another day, or maybe we can talk about it, how we can do it, that I meet my friends, I see you the same amount of time, or that we find a solution for us, that we see each other, and I can also see friends. And a different reaction, because I don't feel guilty, or I don't have fear that God believe me anymore. I see the other one's feelings, but I also see my own feelings. And component would be the request, and this is really when we ask the other one to contribute to fulfill our needs. And this is very amazing when this happens, because it's very, very nice to see that most of the time when you really request something, people have to contribute. When you request, it's difficult
from demanding or from
complaining, or yeah, and this is very difficult actually. You know, expecting what people don't want, because how do the difference between the request? You notice yourself when you get angry when the other one says no. Basically, when oh, I don't have time today. You get really angry. It was not actually, it was an expectation or claim, or when you ask for help, it's difficult to ask for help, and other people say, I'm sorry, but I don't have time, and we get really angry because we feel like, oh, but this person should help me, and I always help her or him, and yeah, but maybe also you can find a solution if the other one notices, or you yourself, you can ask, okay, if you don't have time today, could we do it tomorrow, maybe, or you can find a solution when you don't get angry, and you don't expect it, but you see, oh, the other one is really busy, and the other would like to contribute to fulfill my need, but he just needs to do something now. So it's it's actually very critical. It sounds nice in theory, but when you read the questions or really see more contextualized, and I see a conflict. Yes, all the time. But one no, if the red buttons go away. The first step is to get to know them, to really get to know what is happening. Why is this button is there? Why you are sensitive when it's sensitive? So you have different ways to get to know it. You can look in your family history, or you have to try to understand why this button is there. That is or what do I expect this other person to be that time? I feel like the better we know these buttons, the better we can use them. But I feel like they stay and they come back as well. Something interesting that when new people enter our lives, they can even push buttons we already had over it. Or it also depends. Sometimes we feel really good and it's easy for us to say, oh yeah, I know she has a lot to do, so there's no problem at all. And then another day, I had a stressful day. I really need someone to help me. And someone says, no, I can help you. The other one says no as well. So I'm really frustrated, and I get and yeah, it's just a small potential that what we face in life, and yeah, and a person, and this is also we should not be so strict with us. Really good to recognize that button and to see it's there. What do I need now? I actually need connection. I need someone to help me. I can do it my own now. Maybe, and I really need to listen to that. I need someone. And angry, like by being angry towards this. I can find a solution for myself. Okay.
different perspectives, and definitely that thing back later intensity from different perspectives. We got another question. Using this process of healing.
Sorry, can you repeat it?
How can we avoid seeing
work for feelings? How can we avoid
suppress?
How can we avoid feelings? This is a learning process. When something happens, there are things you cannot suppress. They are really like you get really angry, you can't do anything about it. And as soon as you start to push it back, it will get stronger and stronger. So actually, there's nothing to do about pushing them away. You have to leave them there. What happens when you start giving them names and feeling these feelings and trying to find the reason why you feel that way, you will see that it gets better and you will feel alleviated. But you really need to find the need behind it. And this is, I noticed in first instance, this is very theoretical now, but this is also when NVC used in coaching or in therapies, for example, and you're guided through the process, it helps a lot. Because the other one can help you fast forward for your feelings and needs. We never learned, what is happening, you don't have them. So it's very helpful to have someone to help us name what's happening, and afterwards we start and was accepted by it. It's really a very nice process when you remark that from one day to another, maybe you notice the feeling, then it's always there, but you just never paid attention to it, or you never gave it a name, or you never knew the underlying need. So, yeah, I would say this.
Could we put some more practical examples in what so that we contextualize
Yes.
situation?
Let's say to be angry when yeah, let's
Someone okay, for example, yeah, how we do this process with the situation that involves anger and someone is acting from an anger point of view, the red buttons are all pressed and is very validating or is projecting or making a lot of assumptions and takes assumptions. How would you reframe the situation and take the person through the process of communication? And to frame more the situations more in a practical,
like how you mean how the therapist would act. So how the or someone or I would guide someone through the process.
or just take us through the procedures of guiding or the general procedure because we cannot achieve so much. Like we're almost 5 minutes, like what is it, the steps. But I would like us to example so that we can this subject so that people can
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. We also this is powerful because when God so we all have need husband, the wife at home, So someone leaves maybe dirty clothes on the floor. No, this is like a very light example. Mm-hmm. So let's say I come home and I see these dirty clothes. They are always there, and I always get angry, and I'm like, oh my God, how can that be? So the first thing is I notice I really get angry because it's there, and I would like to scream to the other one or to say, hey, can you please take your stuff away? It's again there. I get really angry. So, but this time I stop. I say, okay. So I notice I'm actually really getting angry, but it's not only anger. What is it? Why pisses it me so off? So basically, then I think, okay, I'm tired now. I see that there's these dirty clothes. Actually, I have a big need for cleanliness. I always put my things away. I try to have everything clean. And I feel like the other one maybe doesn't do that. So this could be one of the reasons, one of my needs. Now I feel like, I actually like it when it's clean here, but I feel like I'm the only one cleaning here. So this could be my need then. I'm angry and I'm frustrated, and I really want it to be clean here because it's nice, because I also have the need to have a nice living room and to feel comfortable at home. I love harmony and comfortability. Mm-hmm. So then the fourth step would be, and the observation, of course, is it's actually only he left or she left the dirty things on the ground and didn't put them into the laundry box. So this is the observation, instead of saying, oh, he did it again and he does it to annoy me. Yeah, so basically
he's all these things.
Yeah, I'm judging, I'm assessing, I'm saying, I'm listening with my guilt ears to the outside. I'm blaming someone. So basically, but now I only observe, okay, he left it there. The second one, I feel angry. I don't like it. Why? Because I want to have it nice. I like cleanliness, and I want to have fairness as well. I don't want to do the stuff my own. So then I can go to my partner and say, you know what? When I came home today, I really felt angry first because, again, I saw the things on the ground, and then I felt like, okay, maybe you didn't think about it, but I want to explain to you why it makes me so angry, because actually I like it when it's nice here, and fairness is really important for me. When I would like us both to have the household clean and to contribute something. And then I make the request very clear, and I ask, do you think or would you agree to next time put your stuff directly into the washing machine or into the laundry box? Do you think this could be possible? Because you would make me feel so much better. And this is so different than being angry, wanting the other one to see that it makes me angry without saying anything, having a big fight or conflict. But this is not it. Of course, it's not easy, but is it an example that helps maybe?
Yeah, it does. We've had a lot of questions since we started, and it was like, how could we express anger in a non-violent way? Is it really possible to communicate when we are concerned or sad? So they were asking this kind of, and how can, and another person is like, how can I express myself if the other person wants to quarrel every time? How can I use the non-violent communication when the other person is triggered, full of red buttons, no? I think that what Lizzie was asking is like, Lizzie, if you try to follow these 4 steps, you see how the other person shifts. Because instead of us blocking down or ignoring or reacting to it, when we take the person to those steps that Manuela just described, which is first observe without judgment. And then don't say you do this wrong, but express how this makes you feel. And then the third one was more the needs that you have. Not that the other person have, more the responsibility and the need that you have. And then it's when the last thing that you do is when she was asking, do you think instead of removing your clothes and in the corridor, you could do it in the bathroom or in another place? But so it's a bit engaging and finding a win-win or a way forward making a polite request instead of projecting, instead of judging, instead of already criticizing what has been done. This is the process that she's taken through non-violent communication. We have some other questions. How can, this is, we have replied that. The anger, unconcerned, when the other one feels unnoticed. Okay. Yeah, I think we have, if you have more questions, you can ask now. I think that do you think you can put a more emotional, these dirty clothes, it's common, of course, but maybe in between, like in between a couple, which is very common, or in the workplace. Just choose another example to give us another perspective of nonviolent communication. And super unfortunately, we will have to leave it there because it's 1 hour and we have 7 minutes to go for the hour and the Instagram to get done. But if you could give us some more light with another example that you have seen when you help people or that you've met, and take us through this 4 steps again, so that we have it at during the night, we sleep over it, and tomorrow morning we practice it.
Great. So let me see, maybe at work, it's like sometimes with how can I find an emotional, like I feel like, since I already like the examples I have, for me, they are not anymore that emotional. So basically, but there's this one example of a friend, and it was really difficult because at her place where she worked, her boss put someone to help her in her team. So, but she was the leader of the team, and actually they discussed it, and she said, well, we don't need anyone else here in our team. So he said, yeah, but look, it would be nice. He would help you. She was like, yeah, but we don't need this person. We don't have the money, actually. So he said, yeah, but don't worry about the money. I think this person could help you. And so basically she said, okay, but how would you, like, they had to present it to the board. So she asked, so how are you going to present it? And he was like, yeah, I'm sending you the email. I'm just asking to put this person in your team, and that it would be a great support for you. And she was worried. She was like, yeah, but don't say we're not doing our work fine, or we don't need this person. And actually, he said, no, I'm not going to do that. So what happened in the end? He wrote an email without sending it to her, saying, yeah, actually the performance is not enough, so we thought we are putting this person into the team. And so afterwards she received that email. He said, I already sent it, you were not there, so I just sent it. And but of course he also talked nicely about the team, but he actually said what she asked him not to say. So basically, of course, she was so upset. She was really, really, really angry. And it was like, how can he do that? How can that happen? This is so unfair. Mm-hmm. So basically, she was like, okay, I'm very angry. I'm very emotional now. So what is the underlying feeling of this angriness? So actually, we talked about it, and we found out that she was really disappointed, and she didn't know what to do. She was helpless, actually. She was helpless, and she said that when she wrote him an email with just a few words, she actually expressed her feelings. She said, I'm angry. I'm reading that email. I'm angry because it looks like it is not what we agreed. I feel helpless. I would like to talk about it later. So she only replied that way because she knew anything else, she would confront him. She would be so angry. And so he wrote back an email of almost 2 or 3 pages, I don't remember, explaining why he did what he did, and that this person isn't necessary. And he never said something other than they had said before. So afterwards, they spoke about, she didn't get back on his email. She didn't write back. She asked him if they can talk about it. And she just repeated all the time in front of him, look, I'm very, I still feel angry about it. And I need to trust you when we talk about something. I really need to trust you. And what I need now in order to make that clear again is that you tell the board that we can do the work we do. So and it was really like, now I really feel the emotions again, and it's I know how hard it was to find the words, and and she said also that she understood why he did it. Actually, she knew he needed a reason to put this man in her team. Mm-hmm. And this is also something of NVC. We start understanding why other people do things. For instance, this boss, he had his reasons, which is fine. He had his needs, but the strategy he chose was not the right one. So you don't have to agree with the strategy. And I think this is something she said as well. I understand why you did that, but I don't appreciate the strategy, and this was not the way we talked about we would do it. Mm-hmm. And so she made this request, and apparently it worked. And he actually afterwards apologized, and he was really touched by her saying that she was very angry and disappointed, and that she doesn't want to have conflict with him.
Instead of her reacting and allowing the red buttons to actually get out and react, she decided to respond. Responding through the non-violent communication, observing what she observed, mentioning what she observed, also expressing the feelings, the needs that she had, and she had the request of leaving it like that because she was disappointed. So she really did a good reframing, and the other person really managed to reflect and he realized what he did, but by not entering into a big quarrel, So we have. Well, it was a very good example. Thank you. And very practical for the people. I wish we had more time to go, but we have 1 minute left. So if any other moment you would like to share your knowledge, and we could get more in depth maybe with conflict, the conflict and nonviolent communication, because today we have understood the process. And from tomorrow, all the people that were here, we encourage you to practice it and to whatever conflict you come, to follow these steps. And if we haven't replied any of the questions today, there were like about 8 or 9 questions, and we did half of them. Please feel free once we post the video to ask, and Manuela will reply. Okay. So thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you so much. Have a nice evening. It was a great interview and lovely as always. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, and good night to everyone that has been with us tonight. We are stopping the Wellbeing series for now, but we will be back with more topics very soon. And Manuela, you are very welcome to continue this with more inputs on conflict and nonviolent communication. Thank you from Kenya and Uganda and India and Switzerland and Europe. Yes. Good night, everyone.
Good night.